It's time for another movie dump.
Where we ask the really deep questions in life, such as, if a shitty movie is playing in the forest and nobody's around to hear it, did it really play?
I don't even think that doesn't make sense.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah, play it, obviously.
Yeah,
There's a time
play it.
code on it. You can tell. You get back into the forest and you say,
Okay, so if a shitty movie is playing in the forest and a tree falls on it and destroys it, and it's the only copy and nobody's around to hear it,
Did
it
you
really play?
Well, yes, obviously, it's still really play because you can
All
tell
the way
it.
through.
Not necessarily, but it,
Okay,
it
I'm
did
done
play
here. I don't know what I'm going with that. So, okay.
Well, this week on Movie Dump, we had the privilege of watching a fantastic. Can I say fantastic?
I'm saying fantastic.
Yep,
Absolutely. I'm saying
Fantastic movie entitled Thankskilling.
You gotta say it like Batman.
Thankskilling.
Thankskilling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Where to begin?
Yeah.
That's
Off the bat,
I don't even know how to start.
off the
this,
bat,
man.
this film was made with an estimated budget of $3,500.
Is
Yeah,
really?
that's what it said on IMDb.
and wasn't it filmed in like a week or something like that? Or
I want to, yeah.
I'd
yeah.
say I'll be honest. I really didn't do my research on this film when I did it.
You know what? Yeah, I didn't
This is what I did. This is what I did to find this movie. I was saying, hey, I'm gonna find another seasonal classic horror movie. What's this month? Thanksgiving. You might have heard this on the other podcast, last week's podcast. But anyway, so I looked it up, and I found this movie and one other, and this one looked way more cool. So that's why I took it.
I was looking when you told us what it was. I went and checked out like the trailer, and I remember seeing the trailer and going, "Oh, this is gonna suck. This is gonna be really bad." Everything was like video co-pilot.
Everything just screamed student project.
And what? Yeah, I guess it did scream student project, but little did I know exactly how this would turn out. Like this movie,
It was a curveball.
This movie was
a curveball.
Definitely a curveball. Definitely a curveball.
But anyway, for the people who aren't totally familiar with the movie Thankskilling, that's the official way to say the movie title, which is
Thankskilling.
there you go, Nick.
Thankskilling.
You lose.
Oh.
We'll work on it.
But anyway, this movie is about an evil turkey unleashed, and he's one foul-mouthed bastard. 5 college kids heading home for the Thanksgiving break.
I gotta say, he wasn't that foul-mouthed. I mean, he dropped an F-bomb here and there. Soundbite.
Gobble Gobble Mother-Fucker.
Yeah.
Yay. Gobble Gobble Motherfucker.
Yeah.
But anyway, so 5 college kids heading home for Thanksgiving break cross paths with the turkey, who's possessed by an ancient Indian curse.
Yeah.
In this hilariously gory spoof, the teens must stop the maniac bird before he kills them all.
All right. So horror or comedy?
I would have to. It's a splice of both.
I'm going straight up comedy. This movie,
Me too.
This movie was. It's funny. Like in the little research I did of it, I'm like, okay, this is just a shitty horror film. I think the guys that actually did this movie were just incredibly fucking brilliant. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
I think they were fucking brilliant because it was so like. I expected a shitty movie, and I got a shitty movie, but I got a shitty movie that knew it was a shitty movie.
It knew it was campy, and it went to great lengths to make it that way.
Yes.
I'd like to compare this movie sort of like, like the prize at the bottom of, the cereal box. Like
A very stale cereal box.
Old generic Walmart brand, Tostios or
Not
whatever.
even Walmart. It's like a Dixie brand.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like this movie, you don't fully appreciate how I guess good shitty it is until after about the halfway point. I don't know if you guys agree with me or that.
I'll agree with that. I think it was like, in any of these reviews that we do, we sit down, we watch, we make our notes of it, and Ben usually sits there and he's like, wait a minute, this isn't scientifically accurate. How is this going to happen? Wait a minute, there's no logic to this. And I think like halfway through, I just looked over at Ben and I'm just like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Just let it go, man.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
Yep.
There's no logic in this at all. I think like halfway through it, I stopped taking notes on this because I realized that there's no... They didn't intend this to be a brain trip or anything like that. It was just... it was... They just wanted to make a movie.
I think the last note that I wrote down was turkey rape, and that was it. Once I got to the turkey rape, I'm like, okay.
This was trauma. Like,
yeah,
without
it was.
Trauma.
It was a trauma.
This was better than Trauma, I think. I think Trauma makes a lot of really shitty movies that even aren't really all that entertaining.
Yeah. Ironically, the other movie that I was thinking about picking besides this one was a trauma movie.
Yeah.
It was. I can't remember what it was. It was like I honestly can't remember the title. It was about. I remember zombies in a fast food restaurant kitchen and a bunch of fried chicken and...
Was that Poultrygeist?
Yes, that was it. Yes.
Yeah.
That was the movie.
That was a bad one.
But yeah,
I met what's his name? The head of Trauma.
Really?
Yeah. What's his name? I don't remember his name
either.
I'm
not really a huge Trauma fan. I mean,
I can kind of...
Some of it's good, like Toxic Avenger. I enjoyed those.
But I met him right as they were...
Never really liked Trauma.
Yeah.
Never really liked it.
I don't know. I can accept
Romeo
it.
and Juliet.
Well, Trauma is like it's like two guys in a house somewhere making films. Like that's really all it is. But
it's very niche.
More props to you for doing it, but I don't like it.
I met him while I was doing Poultrygeist, and I got him to do a plug for an old defunct website that I was working on, and we. I gave the camera to my buddy, and he hit the record button after I had already hit the record button the first time. So here we have the head of Trauma giving us this totally awesome, little sign off and endorsement, and we didn't capture any of it.
Oh,
so
that
I'm like,
sucks.
damn it. Well, that website's nice and closed up by now, so who cares, right?
All because you didn't get that, little...
All because of that plug from Trauma did not exist.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, I have to say I was hooked on this movie first frame.
Starts with a boob.
It starts with a close up of a left boob.
Yep. I'd like to give a little
boob.
golf clap to that.
Yeah, it was a right boob. Whatever. It was a boob. It was just a close up right on the boob, and it was a pilgrim woman for some reason who had her gigantic bosom just hanging out.
It's
Why? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'll go back to the rest of the logic with the rest of this movie, which we'll talk about, here in a second. Is that it's sort of a why not sort of thing?
Why not? Yeah. I was skimming through the script. I saw the script on their Thankskilling movie.com website here, and apparently there was this whole beginning half of the movie that they didn't film.
Oh, really?
That had to do with the actual creation, I guess, of the turkey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that was sort of part of the.
Where they're like, no, this is too shitty. We have to take this out.
They could have. Maybe they ran out of budget. They could have.
I don't know. It really did just kind of start, and it started with a tit.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, that really does set the tone for this movie.
Yeah, it does.
It was kind of neat because it started with a right boob. I'm like, hey, that's a pretty nice boob, and then it kind of zoomed out, and then she kind of had weird boobs a little bit, like a nipple was kind of folded under. It was kind of weird looking, but
I actually thought she was tied to a tree, right?
I thought she was too. And then she was
but then she just took off. I'm like, oh,
I guess she's not tied to a tree. And then she gets killed by the turkey.
Yep.
Yes, the turkey.
For
wielding an axe.
Yeah, there was I guess they did explain where the turkey came from. Soundbite.
A long time ago, one of your ancestors disrespected our people really, really badly. And so as payback, I'm here to kill any white person that disrespects Indians or our land.
But we gave your people land, and we let you have casinos. Doesn't that make up for what our ancestors did?
It almost did, but it didn't.
Which still didn't make any sense.
No, I kind of expected them to show that somewhere in the film, but I guess not. I don't know if that was in the part that they cut out. Maybe.
Well, they did touch on where it came from. They had that little cartoon in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Oh, they did. That's right.
The little animation there.
A long time ago.
I thought that was
Not
like
in space yet.
You know, for being such a crappy movie, I thought the animation was actually really, really good. That little part of it.
It was sort of cheap Monty Python. That's what
kind of.
I think once the animation hit, that's where I started kind of realizing that okay, this is meant to be this crappy. It's not people that were taking themselves too seriously.
Not at all.
These were filmmakers that were looking at it, going, you know what? We know we don't have the budget. We know that we have, not real good, professional actors. We probably have like buddies or people that we know. Mm-hmm. So you know what? We're just going to make it as campy as possible and just have fun and go with it.
Yeah.
See, the part where I went and stopped taking this movie seriously is where the turkey was hitchhiking and a dude picked him up for sex.
Soundbite.
Ass, gas, or grass.
Well, I'm out of gas. Guess I'll take ass.
Now that's what I call a tight ass.
Damn it, Nick! Why are you wanting a soundbite of that? Do they really want to know that?
There's going to be so many like if you need an example of this movie, just really any soundbite from this like depicts like the bad acting. There was really bad acting, but I agree with you, Scott, that this was like that's about the time where I stopped taking this movie seriously at all points. At first, it kind of started out, we got the boob. I'm like, okay, nice boob. And then we meet the characters that are in this. And
very forced dialogue.
Very forced dialogue.
Yeah. That was
very cliche characters. There was the jock, the nerd, the
They were
pig.
even. That's how they were. They're
credited.
Yeah,
as that,
credited as that. It was their name, and then it was like Billy the Hick or whatever.
Yep.
It was though, and I remember watching that, and I'm like, this nerd, he's trying to be too much of a nerd. Like, he's really like the kind of guy that you meet in film school, and he's not really a nerd. He's just kind of the average guy. But they didn't have anybody really totally nerdy, so they just dressed him up as like, here, put on these glasses and button your shirt up really high. Hey, look, insta nerd.
Yeah,
and he tried really hard to be that nerd, but he just wasn't. None of these characters really kind of lived up to their.
I don't know the was it Billy the redneck or whatever?
Yeah, Billy the redneck.
He I come from the middle of nowhere in Illinois, and that there are some guys that went to my high school that was like that sort of kind of like at least dressed that way.
Yeah,
yeah. I think my favorite character out of the whole thing was the sheriff.
He was good.
Completely pointless, but funny as shit.
Yeah, he did kind of steal the scenes when he was.
Yeah, when he was there, he just kind of stole the scenes. But again,
well, there was also like the old hermit guy out in the forest that just randomly showed up. I thought he was pretty like kind of funny.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of parts in here where I'm, as an editor, looking at it going, okay, I know it's supposed to be kind of campy and shitty, but come on, edit this.
Yeah, there are a lot of parts in this movie, like, if you're taking this to, like, a film class and making them watch it, there are many points you can point out in this film where you're like, okay, that's bad. Around the campfire scene, like... I
could have made this film 30 minutes shorter, and it would still be just as good. Like, they had parts in there that they could have just cut out, and it would have gotten rid of like all of the dull moments that were just kind of. Why is this here?
I don't think there was too many dull moments. There was like one or two.
There was a lot of dialogue scenes where it wasn't going anywhere.
It really
wasn't telling any part of the story. It wasn't helping the story along.
You mean kind of like this dialogue from the nerd soundbite?
I'm gonna go wild. I'm gonna go buck wild on this trip. I'm gonna go skinny dipping without any clothes on. I'm gonna ghost ride the whip, man. Woo! I'm gonna have sex with someone in this car. Yeah, for once, it's not gonna be just me by myself. I'm gonna be the one doing the sexing. Yeah, to one of you.
Damn it!
We're gonna have like 500 sound bites.
You're gonna wear that that little thing out here in a bit.
Anyway, there was a lot of. I mean, there was a lot of forced dialogue. There's definitely things that they could have improved upon, but I think they were just kind of like, fuck it, who cares?
And I was really confused at the beginning of like who, like the girls. We have these two girls. You have Chrissy, the good girl, and
the slutty
girl,
slut girl.
She wasn't a
slut
girl. She was like Super Slut 5000. You
had Chris and the good girl, and you had Allie, the apparently the slut. Which again, first thing when we see her, she flashes, but we didn't have boob that time. We just had bra.
Yeah, my first impression of that, like right around that scene where she flashed her bra, was that the director of this film had a girl that he kind of had a crush on, and he kind of used this movie just to try and get her naked. Like this was the entire thing. And like she's like, no, I'm not getting naked, but I'll show you your bra. And he's like, all right, deal. So I wrote a scene specifically in there just so she could do it.
All right, we're gonna have you have a sex scene. You're gonna be naked. No, I'll do the sex scene, but I'll have to wear clothes.
Yeah, which is kind of funny. Like, where would you go? Like, no, I'll do a scene where I'm getting raped by a turkey, but I'm not showing you my boobs. Where is like that fine line? That thin line of that you're not going to cross.
Where exactly? You can't. It's like, do you go home and show your parents this awesome movie that you're in where you got raped by a turkey?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's
is that going in the portfolio?
No doubt. I mean,
I don't know. You look at Shannon Elizabeth's demo reel. Do you have the Jack Frost rape in there?
Scene?
I don't know. I don't think that's the highlight of your career.
Yeah. And the other part I got segued from, like, there are parts of this movie that really aren't very well made. Like, from a filmmaking standpoint, like the campfire scene, I'm looking at the lighting there. Lighting is completely off. Like, it's completely wrong. There's no... They're not using any warm tones, or they're not even using... I mean, shit, guys, put a freaking blue gel up if it's nighttime. It'll need something like that.
Yeah.
It's like somebody carrying around a spotlight this entire
time. Some reflectors or something.
Yeah, it looked like they were using... they just had the lights off in the corner, lighting them. And your main light source is the campfire, but everyone's being lit from other directions besides the campfire. And then when you go into the close-ups... The lighting scheme is changing constantly.
We should have really looked at the credits. Who did the lighting? If it said Maglite,
Maglite and God. But it's kind of hard to, you can't really critique it because it's like, hey, we made this shitty movie. Enjoy. And how do you critique? It's not like they were gunning for Stephen King movie or something like that.
Well, with small budget productions like this and student film productions, I don't know if this was an actual student film.
I don't think this was a student film. I could see this being like first film after film school.
Baby's first film.
Baby's first film.
It could be just a hobby film.
It looks like the director who also wrote this. Also had a short film right before it.
I want to have a beer with that guy, man.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, hey.
So tell me about the.
This is a good movie. It's a good. It's a shitty movie, and it's a good. movie.
And I have made my fair share of shitty movies.
Yeah, I believe we all have.
I think all of us have in this room.
You got to go through that point where you have the drive, but you don't have the means, and you just want to go and do it.
Well, and I wouldn't even say if this is like even the drive or the means for it. This is just like, hey, I got a camera, I got a fucking Jeep, and I got a sock puppet that looks like a turkey. Let's fucking make something.
I bet I know what the thought process behind this film was. Somebody wrote a script and somebody else read it, and they were talking, after having a couple of drinks. It's like, I bet if this movie ever got made, it would just be awful. And they're just like, I don't know, we might be able to make this, at least something good.
So who wrote this movie anyway? Was it the same guy as the director? Or was it like a one man? Okay,
yeah, same guy as the director, and
that explains a lot.
What was the guy's name? Jordan Downey?
Downey.
Hey, kudos to you, Jordan Downey.
Jordan Downey.
If you are ever... If you are ever in my area, I will buy you a beer. Absolutely. And you know what? Come over to my house for Thanksgiving. That was
bring
awesome. A lot of times with these movies, we like to kind of go through the journey of like from start to finish and kind of explain it. But honestly, like there's not much need to do that with this film. There was so much shit in here that it's just like, oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing?
He's a young director too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is he? 14?
Not that.
14 and a half.
But when this came out what, 2009? So yeah, he was about 20, 23.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So does he have a career after this, you think? I'm saying absolutely. I want to see more of this guy.
I think
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, supposedly he's got a sequel.
Supposedly,
Right?
yeah.
Are they working on a sequel?
I don't know.
I know they left it open at the end.
They left it open, saying to be continued in space.
Yeah, we were
That
sitting
was-
there. We were sitting there at the end, and Scott and I are watching this, and we're like, "Oh, this is gonna be a good payoff. That's the turkey on the center of the table. This is gonna be a huge payoff." And he gets up, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do a sequel," and we're like, "Oh no, it's fucking lame."
Yeah.
And it says to be continued, and we're like, and that sucks. And then in space at the end, and we're like,
Oh,
yeah.
sold. Yes.
The payoff wasn't the turkey. The payoff was in space.
Do you think they're actually going to go into space on this thing?
It worked for the Leprechaun. If
I
the Leprechaun
kind
can go in
of, I
space,
don't know.
I'm
I
going
kind of
for
think that they're
turkey.
going the route of Mel Brooks, where they, the History of the World Part 2.
And it never comes around.
Yeah, or Spaceballs 2, Search for More Money.
I don't want to see a sequel to this, I don't think. I just want to leave it as is, and I want that guy
Yes,
to move
it's
on to
good.
more
It's good
stuff.
as it is. Move on. You did well. Go to the next project.
I really like this guy's style. Like this was like Trey Parker, or
It was. It had
yeah.
a Trey Parker type of feel.
yeah.
No,
Very
the only
much.
thing that I mean, this was a movie for the truly committed. That's what I say, because the first half of this movie sucked.
Yeah. Well, the acting was so bad.
It was
also.
yeah.
And to prove exactly how bad the acting is, I'm just going to do a random soundbite throughout this entire podcast every now and again.
You already have.
Well, I'm going to do more. Soundbite!
Your dog had an accident.
What the hell? What kind of accident?
Well, I took this here axe and I accidentally cut him. Get it? Accident.
Die, turkey, you demon.
So long, sucker.
I will get you, turkey. I'll get you if it's the last thing I ever do, you son of a bitch! Why? Why? Where's my wife? No, you flashy! Damn you, turkey! Damn you!
There we go. Lines, just shitty lines like that. There was a lot of bad delivery of lines in this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it ain't no fucking Shakespeare, but it's
No freaking Henry VIII there.
no.
It's like some puppet turkey wrote this or something. I don't know.
Hey, there was
Hey.
yeah, Scott, you made a good point. Like there wasn't very many kind of turkey jokes in this or Thanksgiving jokes in this. I think there was a few.
There was a few.
I was seriously expecting one-liner the movie.
Yeah,
I kind of like the where they found the slutty girl dead, and Billy comes running out. And she's like, "She's dead." And I found this, and holds up a condom wrapper, extra small.
soundbite.
She's dead. I found this in there too. And this. An extra small gravy flavored condom.
I could have just finished it. But I was
like
right at the last second. You had to get rid of it.
Seconds
Why?
for
I was
finishing.
right there.
I mean, seriously, what is...
Oh man,
gravy flavored condom.
yeah.
That's kind of a.
Have you ever seen a gravy flavored condom? I don't know.
No, but
I know there's like
no.
chocolate flavored ones or something.
I'm looking now.
Apparently, they're only in the extra small. Got to please them somehow.
There's a joke there. I just haven't thought of it yet. So
Yeah. Well, I like the fact that they went with like extra small as opposed to like extra large to kind of say like this turkey was incredibly well hung. Or anything.
Well, I mean, with dick jokes, it either goes one way or the other, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Boy, that was perfectly average.
Well, they should have done that.
Just not
They should
funny.
have done that, like completely average-sized gravy condom, because you would never hear that. It's Trey Parker's philosophy on fart jokes that if you're gonna do farts in a movie, it has to be at like minus 10 dB because it's funny, because it sounds that way, because everybody's expecting a huge like diarrhea explosion fart, and no, you just do a little. Like that's it, because that's the way they really are. Unless you're Ben, and then it's freaking horrendously, bad. But,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's his version of crowd control.
And that's how I express my anger.
Yeah. I'm looking at some more notes on here.
I have something. I mean, here's a question for you. What does the turkey, or I should say the evil turkey, and
What do they call it? They just called it turkey?
turkey, yeah,
Turkey,
something
okay.
like that. What does turkey and the predator have in common?
Their vision?
Their vision.
Yeah,
That's right.
That was kind of funny that the turkey had predator vision.
Yeah, yeah.
Purple
Purple predator vision.
Yeah, which I don't know. Hey, I guess they did their research on that because I'm pretty sure all turkeys do see in predator vision.
I haven't asked any turkeys recently. We'd have to go and bring a couple of them in here.
Well,
watch this movie and see
we
if
should
it's
get
true.
an actual turkeyologist in there.
Oh,
Soundbite.
yeah.
Turkeyologists all over the world
Oh, brother.
know it as Thankskilling.
Is that an actual like degree that people could get?
No, I'm sure it
turkeyology?
isn't. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure. It's
Right,
not.
yeah.
And if
I'll
it
sell
is,
somebody a
it's,
degree in turkeyology.
I can just see the script writing session for that. It's like,
what do you want
is
to
there
call
such
it?
thing?
Turkeyology.
Turkeyology.
Okay,
Is
so
that real? Fuck you. Who cares?
It kind of reminds me. I don't know. Maybe there is. It reminds me of the time in like 6th grade where I didn't know the answer of what a person that researches volcanoes is, and I just my teacher asked me, and I'm like, oh, a volcanoologist, and she's like, correct, and I'm like, oh my god, I just made that up. So I don't know. Maybe there is a turkeyologist out there, and if you are, it's probably like
Well,
a
you know,
$75 million career.
Somebody's got to study the things, you know.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Now, when we first actually see the turkey after the whole pilgrim boob slaughter at the beginning of the
Yeah.
film,
I like that phrase. Pilgrim boob slaughter.
This did have a lot of cool little.
I just
I don't know.
I just like the whole golden shower that was going on between the dog and
Yeah,
the
the
turkey.
dog pissed on the turkey.
The dog's
funny.
peeing and then the turkey pops up out of the ground and he's just kind of chilling there, letting the dog piss all over its face.
And then he kills the dog.
And then he kills the
It's
dog.
obviously a homage to Nightmare on Elm Street. So
There's so many, there's so many things that like I can watch in films, and like usually the only thing that really kind of gets me where I don't like to see is like if a dog dies or something.
Any
like that. I can
animal
watch
being
anything
killed, I
else.
can't go with that.
This one, it happened, and I'm just like, that was fucking hilarious.
I think it was just because of the peeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think because it was just such a ridiculous situation. You have this dog that's pissing on this turkey's face, and the turkey just jumps up and bites him.
There was a lot of ridiculous moments in this film, man. Especially, the turkey was also a master of disguise.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. He killed
epic.
He killed the sheriff after sitting there and having a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to, like...
Soundbite.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty damn awkward, Sheriff. I'm gonna take off now. Say hello to Kristen for me, okay?
Oh, no problem. I am a big proponent of you little guys. I think y'all been treated wrong.
One more word, and I swear to God!
What'd you say?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Have a good night, Sheriff.
All right, pal. You take care.
How dare you steal my sound?
Oh,
man.
All right, anyway.
We have to separate you two now, aren't we?
All right, here's another one. Soundbite.
I am not a hoe.
well, we could go all
And
day.
one more. Soundbite.
This is turkey. Fucking turkey.
Okay, that's not.
And one more for good measure. Soundbite.
Hey, Darren. I got a muscle you can touch.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit over here. Tell me when you guys are done playing the entire movie.
Yeah, right. They're gonna have a lawsuit on us because we're like broadcasting the entire movie from this. This is by far the most sound bites we've done in any film.
Yes.
Because there were so many just awesome, like just shitty soundbite moments for
Well,
this.
here's something I thought was sort of interesting about. Well, not interesting. Just this is sort of where I thought the movie was going to be really, really dumb. Was they made the same joke twice in about a 10-minute period?
Yeah, do you think that was intentional or did they just fuck up?
I don't know.
I kind of think it was intentional.
It's gotta be intentional.
I'm
but
half and half on that. I think they had it in there on accident, and hopefully the director and the editor noticed it and was like, "Wait a minute, we have this twice," and they're just like, "Ah, fucking go with it."
Yeah.
See if anyone notices.
I think I don't know. I think they kind of knew because the first time they did the joke, nobody really laughed, and then the second time they did it because it was a different person that did it.
everybody just
They're just like,
cracked up.
"Oh, burn, yeah."
I thought it was the same-
Meanwhile,
I thought
all
it
of
was
us
the
sitting
same
there
person that
watching,
said
and
it.
I'm like,
No,
"That's
it
not
was-
funny. You already did that joke once."
I thought it was the same person.
Was it?
It was the same person saying the same joke
Yeah,
about
was
the
it?
same person. It was the good girl saying a joke about the
the
whore.
slutty
Was-
girl. Yeah.
And the joke was like, her legs are harder to close than the JonBenet Ramsey case.
Soundbite.
Oh, please, Allie. Your legs are harder to shut than the John Benet Ramsey case.
Oh, snap.
Haven't you noticed? She tries that with everyone. It's like her legs are harder to shut than the John Benet Ramsey case.
Oh, shit. Dang. Damn, that was good.
So anyway, yeah, we don't even laugh at it because we heard it twice already. How many people died in this? There was only three people.
One, two. Let's see. There were 1, 2, 3.
The only people.
Say 3.
The only.
I thought the nerdy guy was going to make it.
There were 6 because I forgot the parents have died.
Yeah, the parents of the jock died, which that was a random. I'm glad that he was able to lie to his father and close that gap that they had between them, and then they died. That was a very awkward kind of.
No.
Yeah.
It's like first they hated each other, and then he's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm now the starting quarterback. Oh, I love you, son. You're the best son ever." I'm dead.
Yeah.
Soundbite.
Pops, I have some great news.
Yeah?
I did it. I'm the starting quarterback for the Tritons.
You are?
Yeah.
Good going, son. I knew you could do it. I knew you had it in you, just like your old pops.
I did too. I love you, Dad.
You're the best son anyone could ask for.
Enough of this fucking crap.
Dad.
Ben, you know that's my job to play.
Well, if you're not going to do it, if you're just going to sleep on the job, I'm just.
Well, I was going to say it.
I don't know if you were.
We're going to do it again. Soundbite.
Pops, I have some great news.
Yeah?
I did it. I'm the starting quarterback for the Tritons.
You are?
Yeah.
Good going, son. I knew you could do it. I knew you had it in you, just like your old pops.
I did too. I love you, Dad.
You're the best son anyone could ask for.
Enough of this fucking crap.
Dad.
There you go. The exact same.
Now we're just being redundant.
I'm just starting to hate you guys.
All right.
I mean, I seriously hate you guys. Like, soundbite.
It doesn't work for you, Scott.
Yeah, see? Nothing happened.
Damn it.
I'm taking the buttons and putting them back in front of me. And
I was so close, too.
All right, so anyway...
You just hit the cute little music button. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I hit that tilde button. That one that's like the squiggle thing. I don't think it did anything. All right, never mind.
Oh, God. So anyway, who do you think the best actor in this one? So my vote's for the nerdy guy.
Turkey.
Sheriff. I like the sheriff.
I don't know.
The introduction to the sheriff was just great. It's like, woman, did you put shit in this coffee? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Or something like that. How does it go? I can't remember.
Soundbite.
God damn, Cheryl! That coffee tastes like shit! What'd you do? Take a dump in it?
As a matter of fact, I sure did. I want a fucking divorce!
Alright, then.
That's how it went.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're going to use up
Thank
all
you
your
for the
sound bites
clarification.
for like the rest of this whole season.
You're gonna like, yeah, that button's gonna be down to the knob.
The other one I think that was really funny, like he was on the phone, and at the very end he was like, soundbite.
Hey, by the way, are you gonna be able to go with me to the annual policeman's Thanksgiving ball tonight?
Sure, yeah.
Great. Oh, by the way, your stepmama left me. Love you, bye.
Love you, Sam.
So that's a great way to figure out that your family is now dysfunctional.
Yeah.
What wasn't dysfunctional about this movie? That's what I want to know. They're probably perfectly normal.
And especially with the Master of Disguise turkey, you know, there was one thing that I kind of did in my head for this, where I kind of tried to create some sort of rationale that they were unable to see this turkey, or why one guy on the side of the road wanted to have sex with the turkey. And it was that, well, this is a demonic turkey, so maybe he has some sort of like influence, power of control over everyone else.
It's just like in Family Guy, where everyone doesn't, react to Ryan or Stewie talking and acting, more grown up than half the other population there.
It could be, yeah. When the the turkey disguised as that one girl's father.
Yeah,
and nobody noticed.
Yeah,
that was just gold right there.
The turkey kills the sheriff, which is the good girl's father, and then cuts off his face and he wears it as a mask, and everyone just doesn't react. They just think it's the father.
Yeah.
If my dad was suddenly 2 feet tall, I think I might notice.
Yeah.
Not
well,
sure.
there was like a midget jokes in there also.
Yeah.
So soundbite.
Oh, well, hello there, little buddy. What can I do you for?
Yeah, looking for, Kelsey?
You mean Kristen? Are you a friend of hers?
Yeah.
Well, I never know that she had a midget for a buddy.
That's my last soundbite.
No,
I can't more soundbites.
I think one of my favorite lines in that whole dinner conversation right there with the turkey and the sheriff was when the turkey says the word fuck and the sheriff's like, "What'd you say?"
Soundbite.
You just say fucking.
What do you mean? Is that supposed to mean that midgets can't cuss?
I wasn't worried about the size of the fuck. I was worried about the age of the fuck. How old are you?
510 years old.
Fuck it then, I guess you can say.
Thank you.
we needed another one of those.
That was actually pretty funny soundbite.
Because when it started off, you're just like, ugh, why? Oh, that's why.
I'm 510 years old.
Well, yeah.
I guess you're old enough.
There was like a certain amount of part of that scene where it's just, it was a very great little low moment, like a quick, nice little low beat where it's just them just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
That was very good pacing, I think. There wasn't one, I have to admit, there was only like one part in the movie where I just kind of got bored, and it was like right before the jock and the nerdy chick tried to kiss for the first time, and I'm just like, okay, I'm getting bored with this now. Let's get back to some more.
Oh, after they killed quote unquote killed the turkey.
Yeah.
See, I really didn't get bored with this film except like at the beginning. Like I say, the whole beginning of this film was just crap in my opinion, but it was.
Which again, they could have just cut that whole. They could have just they could have combined it, the story at the campfire of the turkey. They could have done that in the car on the way there. They could have, broke down, saw the sign, like, hey, isn't this what you were talking? Isn't this what you were talking about the story of the turkey? Blah blah blah.
I love it. The part where the nerd kid finds the sign and he
turns it towards
the camera, and so we can
and
read
underlines it with his finger.
Yeah. It was like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And it's like, oh, look, you can say the word along with me.
CRAW.
Yeah.
Should I soundbite that one?
No, don't do it.
Soundbite.
Crawberg. Where have I heard that name before?
Okay.
Damn it, Nick, this is going to be the worst podcast ever.
Yeah, this podcast is going to be like 6 hours long with all the random soundbites we're doing.
Just like the movie, there should be a lot of parts edited out.
But my favorite soundbite of them all in this one was Gobble Gobble Mother Fucker soundbite!
Gobble Gobble Motherfucker.
We already did that soundbite.
I know, but I wanted to hear it again because
it was good. I don't mind that soundbite.
I have to say, I didn't notice this, and I still kind of like, when I was watching the trailer, getting ready for this movie. Melissa was sitting there watching it with me, and she heard the line, the Gobble Gobble Motherfucker, and the first thing she says is, "Hey, that's from Die Hard, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker." I'm like, it kind of
soundbite.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Oh, now we're pulling from Die Hard? Jeez, you just have
I've got a very big computer full of sound bites.
It's just a really big button.
Here's just a random sound bite from anywhere. Sound bite.
Do you suck dicks?
Sir, no, sir.
Bullshit, I'll bet you could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
And one more. Sound bite.
You pompous, stuck-up, snot-nosed, English giant, twerp, scumbag, fuckface, dickhead, asshole.
Are you done? Are you done?
Here, Scott, press a button. Oh, it didn't work for you either. Soundbite.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up!
How come I always get the buttons that don't work? I mean, there's only like 14 buttons on this thing. I hit all the ones that don't work.
There's 14 buttons and only one of them goes down.
What the hell were we talking about? Oh yeah, the
Yippee-ki-yay motherfucker. Yeah. And apparently, like also researching this, I saw on the trivia facts in IMDb that they actually came up with the tagline "Gobble Gobble Motherfucker" before they actually came up with the story.
It's not like how do you come up with that tag? Like, it's not even that great of a tagline.
I can see them like fucking around, maybe like playing like Call of Duty or something,
like
gobble
shit
like,
motherfucker,
like what we would do. That's how we came up with Criminal Incompetence.
I would have come up with stuffing. You've got soundbite.
You just got stuffed.
Yeah, the bitch got stuffed. That one.
That one was pretty funny.
I would have thought of that before Gobble Gobble.
But I have to say, my favorite scene in the entire movie, which I'm sure you agree with me, is when freaking Billy died.
Oh yes,
that
absolutely.
That was comic
That whole
gold.
monologue right there was the like one of the best
which
parts.
we have to play. So Nick, if you do the honors,
let's cop to it.
All right, Scott.
Oh man, this is my first one ever. And soundbite.
Oh, come on now. Oh, baby. Oh, you make me so hot now. Come on.
No, Scott, the other soundbite button.
Oh, soundbite.
Oh, you make me so hot. Oh, come on, fudge midnight.
God damn it, Scott! You can't even work this machine anymore. All right, that's it.
I'm on thumbs.
I'm gonna play just a quick snippet of that one because I really I thought
you got to get the song in there too because that's just
yeah.
No, we'll play the song.
Oh,
We'll play ending credits. We have to wait till the very end of this.
Yeah, you have to wait to the end, and we'll play the whole thing, half of it. We'll fade it off somewhere just so we don't get sued.
Oh man, if we get sued over Thankskilling and not like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
awesome.
Shit, Roger Corman's gonna sue us for Sharktopus before these guys sue.
We're gonna have to totally change the direction of the movie dump. These movies are the greatest movies of all time. Yeah. We watch Transformers, just crap special effects.
Yeah. Is there? I don't know what else we got on this. I don't know. I don't have very much else. I don't.
How they killed the turkey? They had to.
Wait. Back up. Because the one thing that I think my absolute maybe favorite moment of this and like most clever moment I think as a filmmaker they did was when the little guy when the guy picked up the turkey and tried to have sex with him and the turkey made him get on the phone and he blew his head off. In the background, there's animals like sheep back there. Like,
oh yeah, that was
and
good.
He blows the guy's head off. They all look up, and I mean, they just go right back to eating. I thought that was freaking brilliant. That was really good.
No me.
The only thing I think I would have expected was that the turkey stole the car, and we would have had a shot of the turkey driving somehow.
I was waiting for like the turkey driving, cigarette out the window, like Born to Be Wild playing something like that.
Maybe, hey, who knows? Maybe on the sequel.
No,
maybe we'll get one. I'm sure come on, they'll have a car in space somehow.
If it worked for the leprechaun, it works for the turkey.
All right, here's your golden moment. I'm going to give you guys a golden nugget for the next film, if you haven't done it. It starts out like the remade Star Trek film, and it's the car going out and driving towards a cliff, and it cuts around, and it's the turkey driving.
It's a dumb idea.
That'd be awesome. Fuck you. So other notes on here, I've got the sheriff had a shitty mustache, but then again, you can't really critique it because
that sheriff
they knew it.
That sheriff was great.
Sheriff was awesome. Why was he even in this film? Honestly, it was just
he was.
It's like he donated $1,000 to the budget, so they put him in there.
And there was a lot. There was a couple of characters of why they were in there because
they used his house.
Yeah.
There we go.
The sheriff. Okay. Sheriff was in there to be killed, I guess, and for the gag of the the whole face and everything. Not really necessary, but I mean the gag was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, it was going into the last half of the movie, which was fantastic.
Yeah,
yeah.
Where suddenly you start figuring out what in the world is they're actually doing in this movie.
Yeah.
The parents of the jock, not really necessary.
No,
that was sort of an afterthought
because that was something that just it came and went, and they spent way too much time like with that the flashback of him throwing the pigskin with his dad. That could have all been cut out.
I have to say, he really learned how to play football late in life.
Yeah,
I think the kind of ridiculousness of this movie, it kind of starts out somewhat, you're just like campy, and then you get about 30 minutes, 40 minutes into it, and that's when just everything ridiculous, like it snowballed, like they did very well.
Yeah. They make no excuses about what happens in this movie, and that's exactly the way they should.
The whole beginning before the turkey actually shows up, it's filmmakers with their first film are taking themselves too seriously, trying to have all this dialogue, trying to
Or did they just do that to just throw a wrench in the works with us? Or did they get halfway? Did they do it like our films when we were making them and we're like, okay, we're going to start out serious, it's going to be great, and then we see how hard it is to make films, and like after the first day, we're like, fuck it, just do something stupid on camera.
We can't figure it out. We'll just add Looney Tunes.
Fuck the script.
Yeah. It could be either way. I mean, from what I was seeing, there were some parts that, if you are making a campy film like this, you still have things that need to be edited out. I mean, there's still things in there that could have made it a little bit more of a tighter project.
Sure.
But it still overall was highly entertaining, funny for what it was, and a great job for the budget and the talent.
It was kind of like, I would kind of equate this Thankskilling to kind of like the Black Dynamite film, where granted Black Dynamite I think was much better made. It was way better, but
it was more authentic too.
It was more authentic.
They had more to work with,
but it was kind of like in the same. Yeah, they definitely had more to work with, but it was kind of one of those things where it's like they knew they were going for camp and they were going to stylize it. And they did it. They just did that.
Yeah, this one seemed like halfway through they realized, okay, we either need to start taking this.
It's like they woke up, they wrote this turkey killing thing. They thought it would be a good idea, and then they were like, wait a minute, oh shit, this
doesn't make sense at all.
Their buzz wore off, and they're like, oh, this is a bad fucking idea. We got to camp this up somehow.
After their second night with no sleep.
It's almost like making a Bobby Brown documentary with a guy that looks nothing like Bobby Brown, but still trying to take it seriously. Right. It's like you just gotta come to grips with things and just be like, okay, this is going to be funny, and we just got to go with it.
I take this movie as sort of like a movie for the people. In order to get to the good stuff, you got to be truly dedicated to watch this movie. It's sort of like one of them little yogurt things with the fruit at the bottom.
You gotta get it all the way past.
You're like you open up, you're like, oh damn, yogurt.
I better stir this up.
I gotta get through this to get to the good stuff. So you start, going through it. And about halfway through, you're like, sweet fruit. And then,
peaches!
That's the second half of the movie right there. You're like, oh, this is actually really funny. I like this.
I agree with it. They did have a lot of good laugh out loud moments for me, I think. Especially, the song. The whole part where the Hick guy died and his guts are hanging there.
The whole Billy's death.
That was brilliant because it went on too long.
That was the turning point in the movie.
That was something. Yeah. That was something where the length of it was just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
That it
you made me so cool. Soundbite.
No, Billy, my buddy, my best friend. No, you can't go like this, Billy. You can't go like this, man.
That's okay. You're one of the cool kids now.
It's not even that bad, Billy. I am one of the cool kids because of you. Because of you, I'm one of the cool kids. You're my best friend. We've been through good and bad times. Good and bad times together, Billy. It's not gonna end like this. There's gonna be many more good times. And we're not gonna let there be a lot of bad times. You're my best friend. I'm gonna fucking kill that goddamn turkey. I swear to fucking God. No. not even that bad. It's not even that bad. Billy, I love you. You're my friend. I've never had anybody come into my life like you, Billy. Remember when you gave me my first ice cream cone under the sunset?
Quick, someone take the thing away. He's gone mad with power.
Soundbite?
What's your name? Fuck you! That's my name!
Where are you loading these things up? Seriously. There's not that many buttons on there.
Yeah, but no, that scene was great because it went on like a little bit too long, and the nerds like performance of him being like it was so shit-tastic. That's my new term for it. It was shit-tastic.
The whole second half of the movie was shit-tastic.
Yeah.
Like even when the turkey died and he like.
Well, what the hell? They shot the turkey and landed in like radioactive sludge.
But they didn't know that right away.
Yeah.
And then they showed a picture. Then they showed a picture of the tub with the nuclear symbol and everything was glowing. And you're like, oh no, radioactive killer turkey.
I just loved how there's so many of these objects that were just randomly there in the right timing. Like, oh, let's go to that teepee. There's a random teepee. Oh, let's burn the turkey. There's a random fire pit already ready for the turkey to be burned in. And then the trash can with the radioactive waste in it that was just randomly out in the middle of nowhere.
I think it was in a
with the
park
lid
or
open
Yeah.
and the turkey just falls in it. And I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I love that.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Where it's like how
turkey
do you
on the
shoot a
ground,
turkey in the face?
Guy pointing the gun down at the turkey in his face, shoots him in the face. Turkey goes flying out and off in the.
I'm telling you, man.
But I think they figured it. I think I figured it out.
But the impact of the bullet was on the side of his head.
Ricochet. They didn't show the ricochet.
Oh, the hell!
Where the turkey got shot in the head, bounced off the good girl's ass, and flew straight up in the air and into the radioactive waste. That's the part that didn't show. There's your editing, Ben. There's your editing.
They edited out the key part.
The only type of the only thing I can say is there was a demonic turkey, and rules of magic are your Deus Ex Machina of every single film. It's
Again,
just, it's magic. You got to go with it.
The logic of this movie clearly states that works anyway. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I expected more like gobbling, more turkey noises.
Yeah, I thought they could have done better with the turkey voice too. I mean, it was just kind of like "Rawr, grr."
Turkey
voice.
Hey guys, what's going on?
at least like altered the voice or done something. It wasn't as intimidating.
No, yeah, it wasn't.
No, when you're dealing with a puppet, you want to have something that's intimidating because you don't have the character, the actor there that can actually make the physical intimidation of it.
Yeah,
you just have this sock puppet turkey and a voice that just sounds like Joe Schmo off the corner of the street.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's you basically got my opinion down, perfectly there.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think we should probably start wrapping it up. I think.
Yeah. Before Nick does another
soundbite.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
I'm sorry, Ben. I staged that one.
Why the hell did you play Cool Hand Luke?
Well,
everything. Why Cool Hand Luke?
I just
we're following Thankskilling movie logic.
Yeah. It was magic
because we can.
I just hit a button. That's for some other movie.
Yes. We do have a failure to communicate here.
Yeah. So I don't know. Final thoughts and a review. Ben, go.
Final thoughts. Again, as a low budget, very, very low budget, and we're used to shooting with stuff around this and lower.
Yeah.
We know that it's hard to do this, and you have limitations. But I think that they did a rather remarkable job with what they had.
Well, they went good fucking 80, 90 minutes with the movie on what they had.
Yes,
and it, for the most part, it was pretty entertaining throughout the entire thing. There was only a few little spots I got kind of bored with, so kudos to that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a full polished show, and there's some spots in there that could have been taken out. There's some spots that they could have condensed to move the story along a little bit faster. But again, it was this guy's first feature-length film. He only did one short film before that.
Yeah.
And for that, I mean, and being as young as he is, damn good job.
So do you think
good job.
Do you think this movie could have worked as a short film, or was there just so much in there? I think it was. I don't know. I really don't know.
Again, I said that I saw at least 30 minutes in that film that could have been cut out or condensed, and it
still brings down to an hour or so.
Yeah.
So
it would have been like just under an hour.
I think there was more substance and good than there was bad in this. I don't want to say good. There was more entertaining.
There's more entertaining. Now, granted, I mean, we're saying that this is good and entertaining in a different category than, say,
this is not Shawshank Redemption.
No, this isn't Shawshank. We keep going back to Shawshank. This isn't The Wrestler, or this isn't like Blade Runner. This is something totally different.
I don't.
This is Monty Python.
Blade Runner with turkeys.
There we go.
It's a Reploid.
There's the special features for it.
It's
well, I don't know. They are going into space. Who knows? Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah.
All right, Scott. Well, wait. What are you gonna?
My rating for this. I don't know. I have to give it I would say maybe a 3.
A 3?
I would
really?
say 3.
Yeah, I don't know.
Has it been like a good movie or?
That would mean that it's pretty good.
Because our scale is
for what it is. Yeah, it's a
1 being good, 10 being bad.
No.
10.
Well,
10 is the shittiest movie. 0 is the first movie.
Yeah.
We really explain this to Nick every single time.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fucking confusing.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. We're looking for films that are shitty.
Yeah.
That's what we want. So if it's a really shitty film, it's going to be a 10 because that's what we strive for. If it's not a shitty movie, it's a good movie.
It's going to be like a 1
then it's going to be a 0.
Okay.
0 is the best movie.
Gotcha.
It's a shitty movie, but it knows it's a shitty movie. It strives to be a shitty movie, and in that fact, they pulled it off very well. And I have to give it a 3.
Okay, all right. I can go with that. So my opinion of this movie, this is probably about the 4th time I've said this, but it's really one of those stick with it movies. Like when the first 20 minutes of this movie, I was dead set on giving it like a really bad rating because it was stupid. It wasn't going anywhere. The dialogue was awful. The actors weren't, really that good. I didn't see enough, turkey or anything like that. Which that's why I watch these movies is the freaking bloodbath.
Yeah,
but there wasn't a lot of turkey at the beginning.
No. I will dare say that it was just total utter crap at the beginning. I was not impressed. But, however...
It did start off with a tit.
It did start off with a tit.
Yeah.
Okay. So it started off with like a 2. And then immediately after the tit, it went to an 8. But this movie, I have to say, if you watch this, stick with it. Or at least if you can't stand the beginning, fast forward through about the first 20 minutes.
Because you're not going to miss anything.
Yeah. You're not really going to miss anything. And then the good stuff happens, which I have to commend this movie for actually pulling it out at the end. You know? Last 35 odd minutes was fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah.
And just in that respect, the fact that it, ended up on a high note and it wasn't just a complete mess of crap, which don't get me wrong, this movie is doo-doo.
It's in a good way.
No, it's turkey doo.
It's turkey doo. But yeah, I am actually going to give this movie a 4 because it sort of redeemed itself at the end. It made me laugh. It made all of us laugh.
Yeah.
It wasn't just complete utter crap from beginning to end. It was only crap halfway through.
I was entertained once I was able to wrap my brain around the fact that it's
once you gave up trying to put logic to it.
Once you figure out what the people who made this movie were trying to accomplish, it actually works.
Once I gave up on the fact of why the hell would Indians have a mathematical equation
I love that you didn't see any Indians at all in this fucking movie, even in flashback.
The Indians apparently put together this book with a mathematical equation of how to kill this turkey, and the mathematical equation factored out to be a Indian chant that they had to say backwards.
We need to math
they just say
play
math
forward to see what they're actually
They just have to say math is the universal language.
Sure.
Or maybe is that music or math?
No, it's math.
It is math. Okay, all right.
But music is math is music.
Well, math is music.
Yes.
And music is math.
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense. But in the world of Thanksgiving, Thankskilling.
You want to try that again?
Yeah. In the world of Thankskilling, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I think my final thoughts for this is that if you are a connoisseur of shitty movies, or you enjoy shitty movies, or you enjoy these kind of like campy movies, this is an absolute must see. I think it's an absolute must see. You have to go out and see this. It's I am going.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I think if you're a fan of like Trey Parker, if you're even a fan of Troma, something like that, I think this is a fantastic film. I think you have to see it. The highest regards to this guy. I think this guy is brilliant. He made a movie that was incredibly campy. What's his name again? Jordan Dawson.
No,
James Vanderbeek.
James Vanderbeek.
All right, Robert Downey Jr.
Jordan Downey.
All right, Jordan Downey. I think
Rip Torn.
I think the guy is really fucking brilliant. I think a lot of credits got to go to him or whoever else he worked with as producer. I don't know if he produce it too.
Let me see. Yeah, he produced it.
Okay,
This is his baby.
This is his baby.
It's baby's first
This
film.
is a great baby for him. Yeah. I think I want to buy the guy a beer or a turkey or something.
He's what? He's out of Ohio. It says.
Yeah,
that's a little far.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is supposed to take place in Ohio, and that was the other thing. Like, it took place in Ohio, but everything in Thanksgiving, so in the fall, but everything was very green looking. Didn't look like it was fall-esque, and they were wearing shorts and short sleeve shirts.
It was El Nino.
That's just how they roll in Ohio.
Yeah,
and it's because of global warming. I'm surprised none of you actually did. So.
I think the guy that made this is brilliant. He's already gone out, and you can get this fucking movie everywhere.
Anywhere.
It's on iTunes.
Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's
I'm pretty sure I saw it at Movie Stop.
I don't know if it's on HBO or Showtime, but if it is, I mean, I would not be surprised.
It's everywhere. And you know what? I'll even plug his website here. You just go to thankskillingmovie.com. They have a whole huge website.
It's slick,
very detailed.
It's actually a really good website.
Yes. Pretty slick looking.
Yes. I give him the highest regards. I think it's a fantastic film. I'm not going to give it a 1 as like best movie ever type thing, but I'll give it, because there were a few little parts in there. I mean, I did get bored like 1 or 2 ways through. I agree with Scott. The beginning was kind of meh, but once you realized what you were getting into, once you realized what it was, and it really succeeded. I want to say 2.5, but I'm going to give it a 3.
Yeah, so 3, 4, 3. So about 3.
This is a good movie. I highly recommend it to anybody that likes shitty movies.
Yes.
It's a must see.
You just got to get through the beginning of it.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's got a bad. The beginning sucks.
Absolutely, go see this film. You will enjoy it. You'll laugh. If you're a movie snob, you'll hate it. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But this was a good fun film.
Yeah, this movie isn't for everybody. You have to,
definitely not for everybody.
You have to have that type of sense of humor. You have to recognize what the filmmaker is going.
If you liked Cannibal the musical, you'll like
this. Exactly. Jack Frost.
If you like Jack Frost, not
Ginger
Michael Keaton, Jack Frost, Ginger Dead Man, you'll if you God.
Oh, if you
like Dead Man, well,
if you like Ginger Dead Man, you need to have.
If you are the type that goes out and critiques, you like Amelie, or you're gonna, check out Metropolis and are a big movie snob, you're gonna look at this and go like, oh, this is completely wrong. I don't understand this hoity-toity humor at all.
Yeah, go back and watch your fucking Requiem for a Dream.
Go describe Donnie Darko.
Yeah. What the fuck is up with that movie?
Yeah,
time traveling and
I don't know what the hell.
Planes crashing into the earth.
Yeah. But this
was a great movie.
This is a great movie. My hat's off to this guy.
I might actually mail him a beer. I probably won't.
He's just gonna get a random beer. He's like, what the?
Who the fuck just mailing me beer?
Yeah, but very good.
Should I drink it?
I look forward to seeing more stuff from him.
I do too. I would absolutely watch
more
more stuff.
I'm looking forward to the sequel. I don't say that about many movies of this caliber. Most of them I can't stand to watch more than once. But
I would watch the sequel, but I really hope that he just kind of lets this one go as it is and not try to go off from it.
He promised us in space. I demand in space.
But I like the joke that way. Him saying in space
and it never comes around.
Never knew it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would want to see a Thankskilling too. I kind of.
You would have to do it right. You would have to do it.
I don't even. You know what? Honestly, if he did make Thankskilling 2, I would watch it. Do I want him to make it? No, I want him to move on and do some other stuff. Yeah. But I would watch Thankskilling.
Spread your wings.
I would watch Thankskilling 2 based on the entertainment value I've got from this first one.
Yeah.
Is his wings harder to close than the John Benet Ramsey? I'm sorry, I had to do that again.
That was awesome.
Yeah. All right. So what do we have for next week? Nick, it's your turn.
Next week, my pick. And
not another fucking mystery episode.
No, not a mystery episode. We're all kind of some wrestling nerds here to a certain extent.
Yes.
We are kind of wrestling fans, and WWE is really promoting a lot of their films recently. So, this is actually probably a recent release. I don't even know if it's out yet. I think it comes out Tuesday, or it came out this Tuesday.
I think it. If it's what I think you're talking about, yeah, it came out this Tuesday.
We are going to be watching Knucklehead.
Oh yeah, big show. Soundbite.
Well, it's a big show. Oh, it's a big bad show tonight. Oh, baby, come on.
All right, yeah, that's we're gonna be watching a movie with the Big Show. Am I expecting that to be a shitty movie? Yeah, I kind of am. I think. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe a little surprises like this one did. I don't know.
Hopefully,
we'll see.
Better ain't no Marine.
Yeah,
that was what I was thinking. You were going to say that movie sucked.
Yeah. All right,
but
let's wrap this up.
Yeah. That concludes this week's episode of
our love letter to Jordan, whatever the hell his last name.
Jordan Downey. How can you can't even
I keep forgetting
proper
his name.
love letter?
But
you are bad.
I love
seriously.
It.
Yeah. Yes, thanks for listening.
Go watch this movie.
Yes. Go find it and watch it.
Thankskillingmovie.com. 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 And while I'm talking about websites, check out our website too, themoviedump.com, or look us up on iTunes, or email us as well if you have any comments or concerns or requests. youthrowpoo@me.com, or just visit our website, click on the little mailbag link, and it'll just send one of those electronic mails straight to us.
That was very good. That was a nice flow. You were on the zone there.
All in one breath almost.
Or if only the entire podcast was like that.
Yes. Or
I like this film. It's a good movie, I think. Blah, blah, blah.
Or if you want to listen to any of our other podcasts or look at any of our other work.
It's a website. Go to it. Browse it. Comment on it. Give us your reviews and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's a comment button on there for a reason.
Yes.
Tell us we suck. Tell us we rock. We don't care.
I kind of like the sucking things.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. I mean, hey, that'll be fine.
Maybe we'll develop Stockholm syndrome and just start liking the people who, abuse us.
Battered puppy syndrome.
We want you.
All two fans of ours.
Yeah.
All right. Till next week.
Yes.
Did we have a thing that we say at the end of these things?
Yeah, our names. Like this. I'm Ben.
I'm Scott. Du wirst einen Krankenschwester bracken!
Yes!
I'm sorry, I went a little overboard on
Scott.
that.
You sir, have redeemed yourself from last week.
It really isn't that entire thing. I mean, my last name really is just Krankenschwester bracken. I'm sorry. I mean, I had to add that little bit. For flair.
I don't even know who you are.
There's something new every weekend. That just brings it to me and my plain name. I'm Nick Brown. See you next week.
Yeah.
See ya.
Now you've gone and left me. You were my friend. My friend. You got killed by a turkey. Who's not my friend? My friend. Oh, Billy. You were my best friend. We were meant to be best friends forever, and now you're dead best friend. Dead best friend, Billy. Why did you have to